Hello YouTube and welcome back to another video on the main channel, and today we are back with PGF week number 1, and today we're up against Chaos and the Eastleigh Escavaliers. So yeah, it's gonna be a very interesting game because it's obviously my first week 1 game. If you missed it on the draft analysis we did last Wednesday, I recommend you go back and check that out. That'd be much appreciated to get over the team and what you think changes I can make and all that good stuff. So basically, what we're going to do is week 1, and as you can see on the screen right now, you can see my opponent's team, which I don't have open right now because I'm a scrub. So talk amongst yourselves while I load up the doc. And we can see their team. He has Mega Sizzle, Rotom Heat, Slowking, Nihilego, Dugtrio, Haxorus, Diggersby, Alolan Persian, Aromatisse, Breloom, and Cacturn. So it's a very interesting team, not gonna lie. And Mega Sizzle is a very scary mon. So after doing some after doing some calculations and stuff, doing my prep as usual. Obviously did it by myself this week because everyone was busy, and obviously I recorded my week 1 game before the draft announcement went up. So if any of you guys left any suggestions of any other future sets or anything like that, didn't see it for this game, so hopefully I didn't mess it up too badly, because first up we brought Scarf Pangoro, and we brought Scarf Pangoro to outspeed, I think it outspeeds everything on his team, barring the Persian, I believe. Yeah, it outspeeds everything bar Persian and Dougie, I believe. It outspeeds all of those, and Persian and Dougie don't really appreciate a Pangoro anyway, so should be right with that. So we've got Choice Scarf with Iron Fist, rocking Gunk Shot, Knockoff, Close Combat, Ice Punch. Gunk Shot was mainly there for the likes of the, obviously the Aromatisse, the Breloom, the Cacturn, that's about it really. We had Knockoff for Stab to touch up to Slowking, and just get some knockoff chip. Ground Fighting type was very good here because its only resist was, I do believe, Aromatisse and Slowking. So having that, and then having Knock on our team as well as Gunk Shot, dealt with both those threats, which is very good. And we just rocked Ice Punch on it so we could touch. Just because Haxorus might have been an issue, maybe, possibly. But yeah, looking back, I probably should have run a Fire type move because Mega Sizzle is a very scary mon. So hopefully, we dealt with that further down the line. So next up we brought Aquarius, our Tapu Fini, who was rocking 248 HP, 172 defense, bold nature with 88 special attack, rocking Scald Moon, Dual Stab, Defog, and Nature's Madness. Basically, the mons which Dougie didn't really appreciate, Pangoro didn't really appreciate, were that Nihilego and the Dougie and the Persian. Dougie's weak to water, Persian's weak to fiery. So might as well brought that, and they're both physical, so we might have brought a bulkier Aquarius this week. I think I calculated, so Moonblast, O-Code, Persian. I think that's why I brought Moonblast on that anyway. So hopefully that's the main reason I brought it. Obviously got Defog because he's got multiple rock options in the likes of Nihilego, Dougie, Diggersby as well. He's got Cacturn gets spikes as well. So all those stuff, Defog useful, and I love Nature's Madness. I don't know why I like it so much, but it's just a free 50% on whatever you want to switch in. So I think it's going to switch out and predicting a Scald or a Moonblast or whatever. I can go, haha, Nature's Madness, you got 50%, especially if Slowking comes in, for example, because there's probably going to be his main switch into Aquarius. So if we can Nature's Madness get down to 50%, I know it gets Regenerator, but keep getting it down to 50% is crucial, because then we can just switch out into something else, one of our other options, and just do the most that way with Aquarius. Now next up we have your son, our jolly Staraptor, rocking Eject back with Intimidate. It's a very interesting setup for me anyway. So I brought 232 speed, jolly nature with 252 attack and 24 HP. This was to outspeed, I think, outsped. Is it Nihilego 97? Is Nihilego 97, or am I making that up? Something on his team like 97 speed. I can't remember if it's Diggersby or something like that, but something was 97 speed, base speed, and this outsped it. So, and he had nothing with like base 100. So we might as well have we sped crept it enough for that. We got Brave Bird because Brave Bird just wrecked lives on his team. What's his flying type switching? Rotom Heat. That is it. And Nihilego, which Steel Wing deals with Nihilego, and Close Combat can do a chunk to Rotom Heat. So barring Rotom Heat, this thing just, you know, wrecks things for fun. And we've also got Roost as well, just because, you know, we could have run Heat Wave on it, which probably would have been a smart idea at the time, but we've got Roost to get some free recovery. We've got a Jetpack, just in case he switches into the likes of, I don't know, if he switches into Rotom Heat, for example, on the Close Combat, to take a chunk of Close Combat damage, and then we can just switch out into likes of maybe Charizard or Pangoro to then go in and do some damage that way. So that was basically your son's job for this week. Next up, we've got Ouchie, our special defensive Ferrothorn. This was to do with his special threats like Nihilego, Aromatisse, Slowking, for example, because I know Slowking gets fire-type moves. So basically, yeah, this probably Rotom Heat's probably anything which you'll like appreciate against this thing. So we've got Stealth Rock's Curse, Body Press, Leech Seed. Get some hazards up because he doesn't really. What's his default option? Scizor, Heat. And that's about it, really. It's got Curse, so Curse is very, very nice. If we get some curses up, this thing will be bulky as sin, and we can get some body presses off, which will do a lot of damage. And we've got Leech Seed. I know he's got double grass, but getting some Leech Seed recovery, then we can switch out and, you know, just rack up some Leech Seed damage on the mod as well. That'd be really, really good. I've got Lefty's Iron Barbs because we're a special set. If we were a physical set, I probably would have a Rocky Helmet instead, but getting some free recovery on Ouchie, very, very nice. Now, next up, we bought Dubai. Basically, this is our main check to Nihilego. Now, because both stabs, Rock is resisted, Poison's immune. I don't think barring Earth Power, doesn't really get anything which can really do damage to us. We try Rock Air Balloon, so we can freely switch in to any expecting Earth Powers, usually being brought on Charizard X. So we can take the Earth Power, go into this thing, and get free one, especially if we're risking the opportunity, because he could go for Rock-type move, and we could go into Raptor and it goes, oh, that's dead. So if we take a Rock-type move, it'll pop our balloon, but will be not as bad switching. Do you get what I mean? Because the Rock-type move won't do that much damage to Dubai, and then we can just hit back with a Flash Cannon next turn, because more likely it's going to be a Scarf variant, because Scarf and the Nihilego is probably the most popular variant, especially against my team, because obviously outspeed Scarf to Raptor if you want to bring that, or Steel Wing. Obviously, it'll outspeed +1 Dragon Dance Star Dex. We can just do Earthquake it to death. So probably going to bring Choice Scarf set. So Flash Cannon Oko's that if he uses a Choice Scarf set. Dragon Pulse. Again, what's his Dragon type? I believe his Dragon type is Haxorus. So that's always nice. We've got Sub as well. Just if we debate the Sub to get us a free Dragon Tail off, we want to. Because Dragon Tail I think is a nice bring. Because if he set something up when we're behind the Sub, we can just Dragon Tail it out, which would be very, very nice. So yeah, bring both dragons this week. Spoiler alert, because next up we've got I'm a real dragon. Finally, Charizard's a real dragon with Tough Claws, Max Speed, Jolly, Nature with Dragon Dance. This was to outspeed, I think it's outspeed Scarf to Nihilego at +1. I think this set. I think it does. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. We've got Outrage, Rock Fire Punch, and Rock Slide. So we've basically got Stab, Dual Stab, and Rock Slide to deal with the Rotom Heat. Mainly because that's the main issue we have barring those moves, because everything's either neutral or weak to both our stabs, barring Aromatisse, but we have options for Aromatisse with Dubai and Poe and Aquarius and so on and so on and so forth. So hopefully that won't be an issue, but that's our team for week number 1. And as you can see here, we're into the game, and Chaos has brought Dougie, Mega Scizor, Nihilego, Diggersby, Rotom Heat, and Slowking. And so he's not brought the likes of the Haxorus, which I thought was very interesting. But obviously I had double dragons and a fairy, so probably wasn't going to bring that as likely. Diggersby is here. He was not here. The cat's not here. Aromatisse is not here, and both his grass boys aren't here. So he's bulky. So at this point, I'm thinking, right, okay, this was his first game in a draft league, and basically, I don't know what I was expecting, because probably going to be like a veteran pro at this, like doing non-draft stuff. So I didn't know how well he's going to play, like learning all the sets and stuff. So basically, he led with Rotom Heat as I led with Tapu Fini, because I was predicting him to go, oh, he's going to either, worst case scenario is he leads with this and he's going to Volt Switch out, which then gives me the opportunity to switch out into Ferrothorn, because there's no way he's going to click an Overheat against a Tapu Fini where I can just stay in, take up the Volt Switch, for example, and just click Scald. So, or Surf, or whatever. So, I'm thinking him to Volt Switch out this turn. So what I did was I go straight out to Ferrothorn, thinking the Volt Switch, which he does go for. So he Volt Switches out into Slowking. And now at this point I'm thinking, right, why is Slowking you're switching to a frickin' Ferrothorn? So I'm thinking, hang on a minute. This man right here has Fire Blast or Flamethrower or something like that to hit my Ferrothorn. So basically, I knew this was happening. I knew it was going to be bad. So what I did is I doubled back into Tapu Fini because I knew Fire Blast was coming, 100%, because I'm a pro battler, guys, absolute pro battler. So then I think I clicked Nature's Madness this turn. I do, because I wasn't sure what it's going to send into. Probably Mega Sizzle. So I thought 50% on that thing. Can't complain, and will force him to go for Roost next turn, or he's just going to, or it's going to be risk of being a low health. So he goes back into this thing, and I'm predicting, right, okay, you're going to go for another Volt Switch again. So I'm going to have the Ferrothorn, and he Volt Switches again, which does absolutely 0. So basically the same process is going on and on and on again for the first couple of turns. So I go into Tapu Fini, predicting another Fire Blast, which he does go for. At this point I'm thinking, right, okay, he's not predicting me at all. Things should be good. So basically I go into Ralladon, predicting him to go out into his this thing, basically. So he goes into this thing, and I'm thinking, right, okay, can't really touch us because one stab's resisted, one stab's immune. Can't Earth Power us. Worst he can do is probably Psychic us or Thunderbolt us, for example. So I'm thinking, okay, this is the freest Flash Cannon in all existence. It really is. So let's just click Flash Cannon. So he goes for Power Gem, which does 35%. This thing's a bulky Dubai. Either Nihiliko's super strong or Dubai is just really bad. So basically, he pops my balloon as I go for a sub because I thought, he's switching out. There's no way he stays in against this thing. So I get a sub off, which is very unfortunate. So he goes for Power Gem again, breaks my sub, and I go for Flash Cannon, which does jack crap because as of now I realise, oh, this boy has an Assault Vest on because that did absolutely 0. So it's a fat Assault Vest Nihilego, which could be an issue. So basically he switches down to Rotom Heat as I go out to my Ferrothorn. So he predicted me there really well because obviously he knew I was going to switch out, knowing, oh, he's going to Earth Power me now, so I might as well switch out. What's my Earth Power resist? Probably Fini or this thing, because the risk of him going for another Power Gem rules out Staraptor and Charizard, so this was my best switch in. So he thought, oh, okay, let me go Rotom Heat, because I'm a pro player. So basically, I go into Fini, picked him to go for another, picked him to go for an Overheat against my Ferrothorn, but he did switch straight up Volt Switches, so, which is very unfortunate, because you go straight into the Nihilego as I start healing up, predicting the Poison type move. I go out into Ferrothorn, but he goes for the knocking off my leftovers, which is very unfortunate. So he goes down to Rotom Heat as I set up my Self Rocks, because I realise at this stage he likes a bit of switching. What's his default options? This or Mega Scizor? Wasn't thinking. wasn't thinking that Rotom Heat would be packing the defog this week. Not a Nelly, because in my eyes, if a mon's weak to rocks, you don't bring defog on it. But apparently he does. If he's probably rocking heavy duty boots. So defogs are gone. So he goes out into the Heligo. Probably just Dragon Tail it back out into Rotom Heat, because I thought, oh, it's just going to switch out. So at this point I thought, well, what's Dubai actually useful for? Because everything else speeds it, apart from Slowking, and it's got low health, and it can't really do anything to touch Slowking, so I might as well sack it off. If he goes for an overheat, does go for overheat. So Rotom Heat's now at -2. Feeny comes out, -2 Volt Switch into Buggery, goes into the Heligo to sack this thing off as I go for a Scald. We might have been thinking that I was going to go for Nature's Madness there, so to get a little like damage off on against the Heligo to try and keep it alive to like outspeed me and just do things as scary as possible. But I wasn't risking that, so I went for the Scald because I knew wouldn't go into Slowking. If I went to Slowking, great, doesn't really matter. If I went to Mega Scizor, could be an issue because obviously we can't burn it because the terrain is up. But you know, it was a safe bet because almost two-thirds of the team are weak to Scald, so it's probably the best option to go for. As he goes into Diggersby, I go out to Ferrothorn as he goes for the Gunk Shot. Now, I thought, well, he's going to quick attack me. I might as well switch out. If he's because he went out into this thing versus Tapu Fini, I thought something's got to be up. Something's got to be up. He's got to be Scarfed, or he's got to be Choice Band, Quick Attack, or something. So I switched out into this thing because I thought, oh, okay, what could it do to touch us? This is the term I had a massive brain fart. I had a massive brain fart because I thought, oh, because I saw Gunk Shot, I thought, oh, he's locked into that. Completely forgetting that you don't have to be choiced. You don't have to be Choice Scarf, Choice Banded, or anything. I thought, this man's probably Choice Scarf. Turns out it was Expert Belt, and just clicked Fire Punch and blew my Ferrothorn into another dimension, which was very unfortunate because basically, in my eyes, that won in the game. 100%. That won in the game. So I went to Pangoro, going for the close combat. Obviously, I was Choice Scarfed. Knowing he wasn't Choice Scarfed himself, I outsped it, went for close combat, knocks out the Diggersby. And basically, as he goes into Captain Scarlet, I go into Staraptor to get the -1 attack drop, bring the Bullet Punch, which does. For some reason, I thought electric resisted steel, but it's flying resisted steel. Sorry, but obviously it's electric. So yeah, that's not. It's not the best thing in the world, but I go to Charizard because I know I resisted it. He goes out into his Rotom Heat. I Mega Evolve and go for the Rock Slide. And luckily for me, I get the flinch, which is fantastic. Well, it doesn't really matter because both stabs were resisted, so he's probably going to Volt Switch out that turn anyway, but gives him the momentum. He's going to Volt Switch out, so I go for the Fire Punch on it as he goes to his eject button on his Slowking to go straight into Ed Neddy, which was fantastic prep by my opponent because basically got the chance to trap in my Charizard. Because obviously this thing's allowed to Arena Trap. Fire Punch wouldn't have done anything to this thing. And traps my Charizard in. Now this is the moment where I threw away my entire life at my week 1 game. I do this every single, most games. Especially early season games. Because basically, I was on the Calc thinking, right, okay. Earthquake kills me every single day of the week. This man outspeeds me. There's no point in me clicking any button because you kill me no matter what. Not realising that the Calc was Choice Band Adamant. So I should have calced if it was non-item Jolly. Because in that scenario, I don't die at any cause because I just don't. I don't die at all if that's the case. So what I should have done was because Fire Punch and Outrage both killed this Dugtrio. What I should have done was click Fire Punch just in case I lived. But my head was like, right, I'm dead at all costs. There's no chance because Mint does 130%. No chance. I'll just click Outrage. Okay. I'll just click outrage. So he goes for the earthquake. I live on 10%. So I just click outrage, which was a very, 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 very stupid play by me, because this allowed him to go out into his Mega Sizzle, right, and set up Swords Dance, because I was locked into outrage. And my luck, I got 3 turns of outrage. So basically, what happens there is I lose the game because Bullet Punch kills my entire team, practically, at +2. So what I had to do was try and get Intimidate off with Staraptor, because to try and get as much chance of Pangoro living the hit, because that's my best chance right now, because I outspeed it, but it doesn't matter because Bullet Punch just OHKO'd me anyway. Basically, that happened because I threw again. That's me. I like to throw every single game I'm part of. If I didn't make stupid plays like that, I probably would have won the championship by now. Probably, maybe, I don't know. But we move on, because week 2, we get our revenge because we're playing Hanny of the Durham Wigglebutts. I believe that's her name in this league. And last time we played her, we were in a quarter-final game in WWC, and we lost 6-0 because hacks is BS. So hopefully, fingers crossed, this time we don't lose and there's no hacks and we pick up the W. So if you guys did enjoy this, the Pokemon content is back like properly on the channel. Make sure you hit that like button. Comment down below as well of what you would have done differently in the game. Obviously, not being an idiot like me would be a great start. If you could, any advice I could have or anything like that to help me like improve and maybe win a league for once, that'd be absolutely fantastic. That'd be absolutely amazing. As always, all the links to all my other channels and socials are in the description down below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.